As you can see, this is Vegemite. Vegemite is basically the pride of Australia. As a patriotic duty, Australians have to defend it because it's really not that good. And this is a brief history of it. So have fun, ladies and gents. Hugh Jackman. All right, he is a great example of someone who has defended the Vegemite name. Hugh Jackman has helped educate both Jimmy Fallon and Oprah Winfrey on how they should eat it. You can watch both of those interactions on the internet. Just Google it. Anyway, what is Vegemite? Who made it? And all of this. So basically, Vegemite was created in 1923 by this handsome fellow, Dr. Cyril Callister, a food technologist, when the Australian food manufacturer Fred Walker, this guy with the collar, asked him to create a spread similar to British Marmite. So he did. And basically, they're the same thing, but different. Here, let me explain. Marmite and Vegemite are actually pretty similar. Yeast extract from breweries. That's all it is. It's just yeast extract. The difference is that Vegemite is just a few extra spices, a few extra vegetables for taste. And how I like to think about it, it was basically one of those, you can copy my homework, but just change it. Don't make it too obvious. One of those kind of memes, you know. As a side note, remember this guy? This is Fred Walker. He had a daughter named Sheila, and that's how they actually got the name for Vegemite. This is not the original picture. I could not find one, so this is AI generated, but this is important for later. So Sheila decided the winner, and the winner was Vegemite. There was a bunch of different names, but they didn't record very many of them, and so yeah, that's why it's called Vegemite. Anyway, the price for coming up with the name was 50 Australian pounds, which at the time was worth about $1,995 in 2018, I guess, according to Wikipedia. So using the inflation calculator here, this is how much to be worth in 2023, $2,439.27. However, they didn't bother recording the name of this person, so we'll just never know who actually came up with it. Anyways, back to Fred Walker. So it's 1923. Vegemite officially reached shelves in Australia, and it did horrible. No one liked it, and he tried it again under the name of Parwill. Parwill right there. It was a play on words. Back in the day, they would used to say Marmite, but Parwill. He's super funny. Marketing genius. Big brain. And back in the day, it was also another saying that said Ma might, but Pa will. You know, because your mom might, but your dad will. Yeah, I don't know. It made sense at the time. He's big head, big brain. Marketing genius. It didn't really work. No one liked it, so he changed it back to Vegemite fairly quickly. There wasn't much more news about Vegemite until 1935 when Fred Walker started co-marketing with Kraft Cheese and Vegemite. So in 1925, Walker had established the Kraft Walker Cheese Company as a joint venture company with J.L. Kraft and Brothers to market processed cheese, and after the failure of Parwill, in 1935 used the success of the Kraft Walker Cheese brand to promote Vegemite. He started out by giving away Vegemite for free along with cheese until it actually caught on. The next boost in sales happened in World War II. So now we're going to talk about war profiteering. Marmite from the UK was largely unavailable, like we already talked about. The Australian Army decided to provide Vegemite to troops as part of their rations, solidifying it as a common and important part of the Australian diet. That's it. That's what it looked like, according to this picture I found. It looks so appetizing. Like, I would buy that. I think it'd be great. But since then, it's only grown in popularity. There are now iconic advertisements and video. If you're Australian, you might recognize these. For the rest of us, it's kind of cool to look at old advertisements, I guess. There's that one. There's this one. There's that one. It's just all this old stuff. They made plays about it, I guess. They danced with it. Like, they had huge marketing promotions. They had families playing on it. Look at that with the toast and the egg. That does not look appetizing. It just grew in popularity. It was huge. It was iconic. It was a huge part of the Australian culture. And it was estimated that it was being used in 9 out of 10 homes in Australia by 1940. So just 10 to 15 years after it was originally released, it was in 9 out of 10 homes. Like, that's pretty insane. That's like saying Costco just came out with rotisserie chickens, and within 10 years, 9 out of every 10 houses in the United States had a rotisserie chicken in their home. It's like 10 years after Costco was created. Like, that's just unrealistic. It's huge. Granted, Australia didn't have nearly the population as what it has today, but still. As you can tell, it was also advertised as being good for you. You can look at everyday kiddies need Vegemite for vitality. Vegemite vitality. Vitality is everywhere. They like the alliteration, I guess. Here we have another example of the Vegemite cheese singles. They were just mixed cheese and Vegemite. I guess that's kind of cool. It's kind of weird. So Vegemite, this guy. Fun fact, it was even the first product in Australia to be electronically scanned at a checkout. And they have produced more than 1 billion jars to date. That's a lot of Vegemite. That's a lot of yeast extract to be eaten, primarily by Australians. Even more recently, the Vegemite brand was bought from the Mondelez International company, that's formerly known as Kraft Foods. Yeah, them, the Velveeta cheese and the mac and cheese we all know and love here in America. If we wanted 99-cent Kraft mac and cheese that our parents brought home for us. Anyway, it's bought by Bega. That's Australian cheese. Now, Vegemite is 100% Australian. It's no longer owned by a American company. So, Vegemite, full Australian. And here are some AI-generated products photos of Vegemite. You kind of tell it's kind of rough looking, but I thought it was super cool. Look at that, Vegemite. Vegemite. Kind of, ooh, look at the words there. Just Vegemite. Kind of cool though. Look at that one. Yeah, I think that was my favorite. Just kind of see it swirl around. And keep in mind, these were just generated by AI. I used the Bing chat one. So check it out. Go make your own Vegemite product pictures and then post in the comments. This is the last one. It's pretty great. You got lightning in the background, plane flying overhead, just wonderful. Thanks for watching. If you want to learn about other random stuff, I'm just going to be making videos about anything that suits my fancy. So if you have anything you want to learn about, shoot me a comment and I'll make a video. Hope you learned something. If I missed something, let me know in the comments too. Bye!